I've made a couple videos about this topic, so I want to follow up with even more arguments, this time in the vein of accessibility. Accessibility of music making is a big argument for why AI music generation is pushed. With no barrier of entry, and the process being as simple as typing up prompts, it encourages all sorts of people to engage with music on a more interactive level because they don't have to buy or learn things like instruments. However, there is a fundamental flaw with this argument, and it's quite obvious to see if you are actually a musician or composer. The barrier of entry to making music has always been low, substantially low in fact. All it takes to start making music is to use your body, like in the form of singing or rhythmic sounds, or to play an instrument, which depending on the type, isn't necessarily expensive or difficult to start learning. There is little in terms of any meaningful restriction that prevents people from making and participating in musical creation, especially in a group context where you have other potentially experienced people or ideas to bounce off of. You may not be able to write film scores in a DAW without proper monetary investment or training, but there is certainly little to nothing stopping you from just coming up with music and sounding it out. Just like visual art, the fundamental art of music writing can be recreated with even something as simple as a pencil and paper via sheet music. Not only that, but accessing platforms like Suno for AI music generation requires some type of technology, like a smartphone or a computer, which shouldn't be taken for granted. An actual instrument can be significantly cheaper and build skill and dexterity, as well as musical sensibility through learning and mastery. If you want to take it a step further from there, then you could use some kind of recording device to record whatever you make. But even a simple sheet music interpretation can work as a record of what you create. It doesn't have to align with formal Western musical notation or anything like that, of course, even if that's what is commonly used over here. It just has to get the point across like a pencil sketch of an art piece. If the goal here is to encourage more widespread accessibility for music, then the solution for better access and engagement to music making is literally right in front of us. All we have to do is redirect the money that is being used for these worthless AI investments and put it into funding for public education instead. Don't have enough instruments for kids at school to play? Buy more instruments. Don't have enough professors to teach the craft? Find talents and experience across the globe and hire them. Don't have enough infrastructure and room to teach and hold classes? Build more infrastructure. All of these problems can be solved by throwing money at them. But instead, these organizations are choosing to create a roundabout solution which doesn't solve the core problem and instead sell this solution to the average consumer. This is the tech bro way. Find a problem and instead of funding the obvious solution, create a new solution and sell it, because that way it can be turned into a profitable business. What's more is the longer that these organizations exist and the more profitable they are, the more people will be convinced that this is the correct and best way to engage with music. Peer pressure and the inherent need to save time and money will take precedence over genuine artistic creation for the average person. And even some artists and musicians will integrate this technology into their work for those same purposes. In fact, it's already happening right now, despite the fact that composers are supposed to be skilled enough to not need these technologies in the first place. That's the point of learning and mastering a craft, but that aspect is getting ignored in favor of easier technological solutions, which are not conducive to building skills or intelligence. The AI solution is basically a cop-out that doesn't require real experience or craft. I think that this is a really obvious solution to the AI problem, but let me know what you think. It seems very odd to me that education funding isn't being capitalized on, but it all starts to make sense when you view this phenomenon not as artistic advancement, but as a business project for investors. That's everything I wanted to say for now. Thank you for watching, and feel free to check out my other couple videos on this topic. Consider giving me a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed this. Until the next one, stay cool, stay informed, and peace out.